www.desiblitz.com.
Hi, I'm Khalid, owner of Chuck 89, and you're watching me on desiblitz.com.
Hi, this is Faisal from desiblitz.com. We have with us today Frank Khalid, the owner of award-winning restaurant and banqueting hall, Chuck 89. Frank, how are you doing, mate?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
How did you come up with the name Chuck 89? A lot of people are curious about this name.
Okay, well, originally my roots go back to Punjab, Pakistan, Punjab, and my mum and dad were born in a village called Chuck 89 in Bahawalpur. And, originally when we were trying to think of a name, we wanted something original, something that meant something. And by naming it Chuck 89, obviously it meant a lot to me because that's the village where my mum and dad were born. Originally, when I first started Chuck 89, it was just a banqueting suite. And we started with a small banqueting suite next door, and for 200 people. We realized that you couldn't do banqueting 7 days a week, so we wanted to do something during the week. And one of my staff came up with the idea, why don't we have a little club where people come in, music every day. And I said, okay, well, let's come up with a logo. And someone suggested to come up with a Kings of Club logo. And the idea that is to be kings of all the clubs that are around here. It was more of a music club more than anything else, and that's what we originally were going to do. Then afterwards, obviously, we made a restaurant, and we made it a bigger banqueting hall.
What kind of cuisine and services do you provide at the restaurant?
Okay, well, I'll start with the cuisine. On our menu, it's mainly Punjabi, but we've got North Indian as well mixed up in there as well. And we've got some fantastic Punjabi dishes. I mean, my favorites are chicken lababda, which is a butter chicken, but it's just a fancy name for it. Aloo gobi is a fantastic dish that we do, which is one of our specialities, and krai lamb, which is to name a few of them. So it's a mixture, more or less. And second, obviously, part of your question was services. Obviously, one of the things which you're very known for is our banquet hall and our wedding services. We have two banqueting halls. We have one which is for 350 people and one for 200 people. As well as our own banquet halls, we also do outdoor catering as well. And we also supply we also supply food to the leading hotels. So it's really, really doing well on that side of it. So really pleased. As well as that, we also supply food to supermarkets as well as at the moment. So doing particularly well on that side.
The restaurant has become increasingly popular for hosting stars from the world of Bollywood, sport and entertainment. How have you managed to attract celebrities to the venue on a frequent basis?
A lot of people ask me that question. I don't really have an answer for that, but I think one of the things obviously we were very lucky that Shah Rukh Khan happened to come in with a friend of mine, and we started talking, and he became friends with myself, and he agreed to actually do an ad for us. As soon as he did that, suddenly doors opened for other celebrities to come down, and the word spread very, very quickly, and we never looked back since. And because of Shah Rukh, mainly, other stars tend to come. They obviously want to see what's all the fuss about.
Who are your closest friends from Bollywood, and have you had the chance to visit Mumbai in India?
My closest friend obviously is Shah Rukh Khan, who is actually our brand ambassador. And yes, I have visited Mumbai, and I've met him at his place, and he's a very nice person, and he's one of the people that is very similar to myself. We have a very humble background. We work very hard to get to the top of what we've done, and I think that's where he looks for people inside. I mean, he's friends with anyone, but I think that he sees a little bit of himself inside, in me, and that's what sort of attracts him for being a friend of mine.
You've won numerous Curry Awards. Which has been the most special for you and why?
Well, I think the recent English Curry Awards that you sponsored is probably one of the highlights of all that. I think British Curry Awards last year was also a highlight of mine as well, winning the best restaurant in London suburbs. But I think this year, English Curry Awards being the Curry King of the Year was really special for myself.
On a light-hearted note, can you recall any memorable moments with some of the celebrities?
Think of a couple. I'll tell you one recent one, and probably one that was done last year as well. The first one that comes to mind is Ranbir Kapoor. He came here for the press conference of Baby Shuram, which is a new film which has just come out recently. I myself was going to do an interview with him upstairs on food and other subjects, and one of the subjects was actually football. And I remember I was going up the lift, it was downstairs the press conference, and I was bringing him upstairs to a restaurant to interview him about the, just general things. And I happened to ask him, I said to him, can you do me a favour? He said, well, what favour? I said, well, look, I want to give you a Chelsea shirt as a gift. And, because my team is Chelsea, I just want to give it to you and just hold it up and just say Chelsea's your favourite team or something like that. He says, I can't do that. I said, well, what do you mean you can't do that? I said, I hate Chelsea. I said, what? He said, I hate Chelsea. I said, what team you support? He said, Barcelona. And I certainly remembered that actually Chelsea beat Barcelona last year in the Champions League semi-final. And anyway, I just said to him, please, if you can just say it, it'd be nice to say, He said, well, I'll see if I can say it, but I don't think I can say it. Anyway, we started the interview, and I said, please, just pretend that you support Chelsea. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He just said, I hate Chelsea, I'm taking this shirt, this and that. So that was kind of funny, but he did it in a really nice way, and that was quite funny. So I found that quite funny. So that was one story I can tell you. The second story is about Wasim Akram, one of my all-time favourite cricketers. He played for Pakistan. He's a legend, as you know. He came down here to have a meal, and a couple of my waiter staff, we were all in awe of him and everything. They tend to play tape ball cricket after work, and one of them happened to ask me, he said, can we get Wasim Akram just to bowl us a couple of balls? You know how it is. And I said, look, I don't think it's the right thing to do, but I'll ask the question. He sort of stopped eating his meal, and he said, yes, of course I'll do it. So we went out in the car park, and we started playing cricket with Wasim Akram, the legend. And believe me, he might be older, but he still hasn't lost none of his pace. None of us could touch his bowling. He bowled very, very quick and bounces, and that was a fantastic thing for him to do. And that's one of the things which I will grow up in my life, knowing that I've actually faced a Wasim Akram bouncer at my head. So that was a good story.
How difficult was it to read his bowling? Because he is quite unplayable.
I think anyone that's left-handed automatically is harder because we're so used to playing right-handers, isn't it? But yeah, he's got the height, it's very difficult, he's got movement. I mean, tape ball's not quite the real ball, but tell me it felt like it. But yeah, he's got very fast whip reaction. You don't really see the ball, it's more difficult to judge. And he's a legend. And not easy. Not only was he a fantastic cricketer, but he's a fantastic human being as well. So a really nice guy.
Have you had the chance to visit the Pind, the village where your parents belong to share the success of Chuck 89?
I have, and actually I went recently. I went February this year, and there's a sign up there, Chuck 89 sign, and it was actually knocked down by, I don't know, it must be a cart or something, somebody knocked it down. And I actually put a new sign up there with our logo on it. So if you go there, you'll see our logo there. And yes, everyone knows about Chuck 89 in this country, and they're so proud, so pleased. And it's amazing. It's not just my own village knows about it, but obviously most of Pakistan.
What other business ventures are you currently involved in?
Okay, it's interesting you should say that. We own a film studios in Hayes called Chuck 89 Studios, believe it or not. And we're currently renting our space out to a lot of productions at the moment. And currently at the moment, we've got a film called Imitation Game that's currently there at the moment, filming. And we've also got New Tricks filming there at the moment. So we're very, very pleased at the moment with that project. Going well.
Finally, what is your creative dream for the future?
Good question. Sometimes, my dream actually, I think, is actually Chuck 89 is doing so well at the moment. My dream is to take it abroad, take it to places like Pakistan, India, and really do a franchise of some kind. And I really want to go that direction, and I believe I can go that direction, and that would be my dream, really.
Thank you very much, Frank, for talking to DesiBlitz.com. All the best.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you.